already full of shit. Just play along, me, myself, and I, and no one else. I'm so legit. I have nothing to say, so I figured I'd say some shit. Yeah. I'm on my That's what my brother-in-law says to himself every morning. Actually, he doesn't say that. He probably thinks he's the most humble human being on planet Earth. And just last week, he won an argument with someone with Down syndrome, and he's like, that's all right. But the week before that, he won an argument with a 12-year-old, and he's like, yeah, motherfucker. That has become part of his soul. See, he went easy on the kid with Down syndrome, because he's so humble and he's just such a stand-up dude. But that 12-year-old motherfucker, he laid into that son bitch was his opinion. He's such a stupid, ignorant, shallow son of a bitch. I mean, we get along, like I said, whatever, I don't want to talk about him. I think he might be a secret fan, which is just tells you what kind of person he is. You know what I mean? I think I don't know if he's like a secret homosexual or what, but, I mean, this dude, he married into a good deal, with my sister and whatnot. Easter's coming up, so, and he's, it is what it is. I just, he's such a little boy. I swear. Yeah, I mean, it's like my future bestie Cool Breeze says. It's like everybody's pretty much 12. He's 7, or he's 12, but he was an only child, which he was, and he was a brat. And like I said, he grew up in punk part of town, and his mom was a fucking psycho. Well, not psycho, but a ditz. The crazy hair lady, on fucking Sesame Street or some shit. I don't know if there is a crazy, I don't even know why I said that. But. And his dad was just sort of, just like, whatever. Hey, how things going? Good. And just pretty much left to his own devices, which is why, he's just whatever. So, and this sort of stuff just sort of came up through the grapevine, if he's listening in, like, what the fuck? Should you like talk about me? No, just over the years, stuff. So if he wasn't married to my sister, he'd probably see they have 3 kids, but and they, are doing the family thing. If he, hadn't met my sister and married her, then he'd have at least 3 kids, but every single one of them would be a happy little accident. Possibly 5. They'd be living in an apartment right now. And career-wise, I don't know. They'd probably have to be a 2-income household. They are a 2-income, but she works from home. My sister does, so she has a very niche job. But and I'm not gonna say what he does. I think they both make decent money, but anyway, he's on the, he doesn't have any overtime. He's on the 440 schedule and whatnot, which is fine. He's fallen in as far as becoming a Papa Bear and all that. Just sort of, I think the kids have turned him into a Papa Bear instead of him being a Papa Bear, playing that role. I think he just sort of was molded into it, by a combination of everything, just being around, my grandparents and my sister, and, he's, when it comes to being self-aware, yeah, he ain't got it. He's a rat in a maze, just sort of, well, there's a wall here. There's a wall here, too. I smell the cheese, and he's just sort of, that's where he's at, so. And if he is a secret fan, I suspect he's been a secret fan for many, many years. Now, I don't know how that would happen. I know I accidentally sent like a video to my mom and sister way back when, but I don't know why they would like periodically check in. If my mom since forgot because she's like, dude, it is what it is. I accidentally, my dad, and it was a while back, he's all the dildo. I'm all, shit. Oh, that's a troll channel, blah blah blah. But he's not the type of guy who would give a shit. So just whatever. And like I said, at work, my old job, I handed the fuck boy the phone, and he typed in like the word T, and I hadn't cleared it, and the didlo popped up. And then after that, then Mrs. Poop Emoji, I call her that because she's built like one. She's kind of a chunky, roly-poly, kind of cute in the face, but she's, she was, kind of a fatty McPatty. I need to rename Katie Bug's friend. That's her new name. Fatty McPatty. Instead of, what did I call her? The fat hag, happy and ginormous, whatever. I don't mean to laugh at my own shit. I'm so fucking mean. I'm such a cowardly bitch. Ay, ay, ay. But anyway, all that, and then, like I said, Mrs. Butthead. That's so fucked up. Because, like I said, fucking hoe. Shit. She's with the Gwee, the office doorknob, right? I like that the best. Village bicycle, everybody's had a ride. Office pincushion, everybody's taking their stick or whatever. I like office doorknob the best because everybody's had their turn. And I suspect she broke it off with them, because the dudes yeah, right. Yeah, you two almost look like you could, like you belong here. That troll. God. Unbelievable. It's just, like I said, I think it's funny. Katie Bug, I don't know if you've heard me talk about her, but just, like, shit, she's dating that guy. Because, you hear him talking. She was like, I want a family and shit. And I want kids. And the girl was like, just can't. And she kind of hesitated. She was like, can't find the right guy. I don't know if she said man. The right little dude. But, and there was no answer. So I suspect she was like, she just shook her head like, And then they went out that night and had a nice time and fucked and shared a bed that night. And okay, all right, hey, whatever. Not judging here, fucking smut bag. But shit, she despises the little dude, but all right, okay. But that was my thing, fed, fucked, and entertained. She needs to get out the house. She's an extrovert and all that stuff. But anyway, just Lottie Dottie likes to party. Oh shit, I gotta take this. It's my new buddy.